Sometimes, the cruelest people are the ones who smile when they cut you, and the most dangerous places are the ones where everyone thinks you're lucky to be invited. This isn't a story about abuse. It's a story about waking up and realizing you've been asleep for far too long. A high-end restaurant with ambient lighting, white tablecloths, polished cutlery, and glowing candlelight. Guests dressed in formal attire engage in conversation over wine and multi-course meals. The mood is chic, controlled, and opulent. Grace sits at a long table, surrounded by Mark's colleagues. Candlelight flickers against polished silverware. Mark, ever the charming host, commands the conversation. Grace picks at her meal, half listening, half distracted. She's been on edge all night, waiting for the inevitable. Then it happens, Mark chuckling casually.
You know Grace, she tries, but cooking isn't exactly her strong suit.
Laughter ripples around the table. Grace stiffens, Mark, grinning, nudging her lightly with his foot under the table.
Remember that time you almost burned the kitchen down with that roast? Priceless.
More laughter. A waiter refills her glass as if nothing happened. Grace starts to reply.
That's not...
Someone laughs over her. Grace, quiet, swallows it.
Never mind.
Her fingers tighten around her napkin. She did not burn the roast, but that doesn't matter. She looks around the table, polite smiles, wine glasses clinking, laughter bubbling just loud enough to drown her out. No one sees her shoulders tense. No one catches the quick glare across the table. Then... kick! Sharp, familiar. Not enough to hurt, just enough to remind her. Don't embarrass me. Don't contradict me. Don't make this uncomfortable. For me. So she does what she always does. Smiles, laughs, pretends it was funny. That's the game. And after 30 years, she knows the rules by heart. There's a way to insult someone so smoothly that no one even notices the knife going in. It's not the words that cut the deepest. It's the laughter that follows. And when everyone laughs with them, you start wondering if maybe, just maybe, they're right. The interior of a luxury sedan. Dimly lit, streetlights cast passing reflections on the passengers inside. The dashboard glows with subtle blue lights, the sound of tires on pavement a constant undertone. The drive home is silent. Grace stares out the window, hands folded tightly in her lap. Mark exhales, shaking his head, mildly annoyed.
Oh, come on, Grace, don't do this.
She blinks.
Do what?
Mark, glancing at her.
This thing where you sulk because you took a joke too seriously.
Her chest tightens.
A joke? You embarrassed me.
Mark sighs with the patience of a man forced to deal with unreasonable childish emotions. Mark, soft, coaxing.
Sweetheart, no one saw it that way but you.
Silence. Grace folds her arms to protect herself. Mark smirks, enjoying her body language.
Come on, you know I adore you. You're just a little dramatic sometimes, that's all.
Grace questions herself, her sanity, her gut instincts.
Maybe he's right. Maybe I am overreacting, again.
If you've ever walked out of a conversation feeling smaller than when you walked in, if you've ever apologized for how you felt, instead of how they treated you, then keep watching. Because this isn't just Grace's story. It might just be yours. A warm, cozy living room in a country cottage. Vintage armchairs, bookshelves lined with well-worn titles, family photos in wooden frames, and a faint scent of cinnamon in the air. Sunlight filters through floral curtains. A knitted throw blanket is draped over a sofa arm. Grace sits across from Helen, hands wrapped around a warm mug. The house smells like cinnamon and books, a quiet contrast to the sharp edges of last night. Helen watches her carefully, then gently. You're quieter than usual. Grace exhales, gripping the mug tighter, soft, hesitant.
I think he's right. Maybe I'm too sensitive.
Helen says nothing, just lets the words settle. Then she reaches for the Bible beside her, opens it, turns the worn pages with care, slides it across the table. Grace hesitates. Then she looks down. Her eyes land on Galatians 1:10.
For do I now persuade men, or God? If I yet pleased men, I should not be the servant of Christ.
The words sit heavy in her chest. Truth, clear as day. Grace blinks, looks up at Helen. A whisper, realization dawning.
I keep trying to be who he wants me to be.
Helen tilts her head, then soft yet firm. And who does God want you to be? Grace swallows hard. For the first time, she doesn't have an answer. But maybe, just maybe, that's the right place to start. The first step to freedom isn't knowing all the answers. It's daring to ask a better question. And the real question is this: who would you be if you stopped shrinking to fit inside someone else's version of love? If that question hit something deep, then maybe, just maybe, it's time to find your own voice again.